Huh?
You're not recording.
Yeah, I am. It's on red.
I thought you said that it was when it was green, it was recording.
Yo, you see, I wasn't bugging, bro.
Look,
I wasn't
it's
bugging,
amateur
bro.
hour over here.
Nah.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, people of all kinds, welcome to the best show during the best part of the week, the end of the week.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, Friday.
Welcome.
Welcome back to the end of week podcast, baby. Listen, it's a certain time of the week. Gurparshad, what time of the week is it?
It is the best time of the week.
Ooh, Jan, what time is it?
It's Friday night, end of the week.
Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You got it out of your system?
Cool it, DJ Envy.
Okay. All right. just do the funk flex. We fire. That's New York.
This is a clear abuse of power. Abuse of the board power.
Okay. Today's topic, all right, it's almost the end of the summer. You know, they talk about hot girl summer, city boy summer. So this is the time of year where everyone's supposed to be having the best time of their lives, seeing their friends. And what better way to end a great summer than having a great road trip, right?
Agreed.
So today we're going to talk about what are the best ways to have the best road trip.
Fuck road trips.
And that's the show, people. We'll see you next week.
Checkmate.
Fuck road trips.
All right, starting with Jen.
For obvious reasons.
Jen, what? All right, tell me what are the requirements? What is like? There is no debate here. This is critical to having the best road trip of my life. What are the things that are nice to have? Where it's like, God damn, this just went from good to great. Break it down.
Number one, don't have one.
Just adamant about making a point.
Who invited him? Who invited him?
Call the production. Call the director. Get him out of here. Going back to your question, Rob. All right, so I guess, and it's actually a hard question to answer, but just off the top of my head, requirements would be like must-haves, your best friends, first thing. You won't have the road trip of your life if your best people aren't around you. Okay. So that's the first requirement.
Okay. So only the closest.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah, closest. If you're doing a road trip, you don't want that big of a group because people naturally break up into smaller groups anyway.
So the right size is also another component.
Exactly. So I'd say second requirement implicitly in the first one would be the size of the group. I would go with like my closest friends with me, myself, and tops 5 other people. Tops.
Okay.
The second requirement is a fun, or let me be more specific, an appropriate destination that helps a group of people have fun. And let me just dive right into that. Okay. For example, Atlantic City is an example of that. It's made for a destination for a bunch of people. You don't go there on your own. Well, you can, but
but we judge people who do.
I mean, it's okay what you do in your own free time, but if you're going to Atlantic City on your own, I mean, you got a lot of money to spend, or I don't know. Anyway, so
you got problems.
There you got it. Yeah, so the second would be the destination has to be appropriate for a group setting. And third would be, this is must-haves. It's like the appropriate, like groceries, alcohol, and the vehicle. Like the appropriate preparation. You know, so for example, if you're 5 people, we're not going in a Prius, right? We're not doing that. We're getting like a big GMC Yukon XL, for example. We're all comfortable. It's a big ass car, or we can get an RV or
Okay,
whatever.
but hold on. Is there not an added layer of excitement when you're in that Prius? Everyone's just hopped up on one another.
Wouldn't you want to help the environment, Jen?
Yeah,
I would.
that's a really
If
good point,
there
Derek.
was an extra large
That's a really good
Prius,
point.
I would pick the Prius if there was an extra large version, but unfortunately not.
Toyota, wink, wink.
Yeah, I mean, there's $1 million idea right there.
I'm sorry, that was a really bad wink. I can't wink with my left hand.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked
Yeah,
up.
actually, if I didn't even notice.
I was trying to wink. I was like,
So you'll plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
Judge, I rest my case.
Yeah, so like you have to have, at least in my ideal scenario, like alcohol, good food, like appropriate preparation for it. If you're like gonna be spending half the time tracking down groceries, doing stops in between and I don't want to deal with any of that during the road trip. I want to have everything set. I'll deal with all the stress before the day.
Okay.
And I guess my last thing that I want to mention, it would be a nice to have, would be, I mean, if you're not in a relationship, I guess you could invite somebody, you know, that you can have, you know, a little bit of fun with, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, I like Monopoly as well.
I have fun with my boys all the time.
Okay.
It's fucking evil villain over here.
Okay, nah, I mean, you know what you said.
That's what he's talking about right now.
I mean, you're doing all the dancing, and you're the one that put the music on, so.
Honestly, I've been lost for the last 4 seconds, bro. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are we talking about, bro?
Okay.
I've been lost as fuck. I'm looking at you. I'm like, yo.
Like, what the fuck are they saying?
I see the words coming out of their mouth, but I don't know what the fuck they're saying.
Okay.
This is a complicated topic.
All right. Let's reel it back.
let's reel it in.
Let's reel it back in.
Road
right?
trips.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it'd be, the nice to have would be somebody like that you can mess around with and have fun with.
Okay.
That would be the cherry on top.
Okay.
In my case.
All right.
And it's not a bad thing to say. Yeah.
No. Of course
a
not.
little bit of intimacy on your
Yeah,
road
yeah,
trip.
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can have like fun with your boys, and then at the end of the night, you know, have a little bit of sex or just mess around with somebody.
Why do you have to bring someone for that? You can't.
I mean, because a random stranger like from Atlantic City, nah, I don't think that would be
COVID, bro.
smart.
COVID.
That's also COVID.
That's true.
That's true.
You do have to take precaution.
Yeah, people out here not getting vaccinated, bro.
Yeah.
For sure.
Got to wear masks as protection.
Yeah. How you think it would be taking a road trip out like during the pandemic? Like shit is probably, well, I mean, cleaner along your routes, right? People were like hyper cleaning along the pandemic, but besides that, like, you think it would be using you like you probably have less shit to do.
100%. And I mean,
But all the major cities fucking stopped, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
100%.
New York, it would be like a example of a
Whatever.
destination.
As amazing as it is, it will still not be as great as it could have been.
True.
Could you go on a road trip and not hit major cities and still have a good time?
I say yes.
Okay, cool.
That's my definite.
I
I
agree.
agree. I agree with that.
Well, there you go.
Camping and shit, looking at stars, whatever, or like going hiking, that kind of
yeah,
stuff,
for
right? Like, yo,
sure.
that kind of stuff is good for the soul too. You
Yeah,
don't-
no,
you don't
I've
just gotta
had
party.
amazing camping trips where I essentially have the time of my life. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
agreed.
sure.
Like, and if, like I said, you can go fucking anywhere, honestly. Like, not go to a specific destination that's made for 1 or 2 people, but anywhere else that you go with a group of friends, the people that make it fun are the ones that are around you, not the place, actually.
That's true. That's
Whatever you do, camping, drinking, casinos, destination trips, whatever, like, wherever you
Yo,
go.
what do you have to avoid during a road trip?
People with bad fucking vibes that add stress to the road trip, bro. That's passionate.
You got something on your mind, Jen?
You wanna? I mean, I've had too
wanna
many
get something
bad
off your chest?
experiences.
Listen, if you're listening right now, this one's for
No,
you.
you know
Let
who
him
you
know.
are. You know who you are. Fucking adding stress to trips that took weeks to plan. Nah, man. No. Have you had? You can't tell me you guys can't relate.
I went
Are
on
you-
like one major road trip, and it was with one person. and
Yours was
everything went
truly
pretty well.
cross country.
Yeah. One thing I will say about road trips, though, on the positive side of things, is that it's a very good way to see your own country. Right? People be traveling all over the place and have no idea how how beautiful their own country can be, and that goes for any country, not just the United States, right? But the United States specifically. Like, I spoke to this senior alum in one of my fraternities, and he was like, and he's traveled all over the world, like literally been like a ridiculous amount of places. And I asked him, I was like, yeah, what's the most beautiful place you've ever been? And you know what he said?
What?
Yellowstone.
Wait, what?
National Park.
Yellowstone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? But I mean, that's pretty crazy, right? So like, I will say like road trips are a good way of exploring the beauty of your own country. I will say that's a positive.
Dude, I can say that about Puerto Rico, and that's literally 1/1000th of the size of the United States, and that's a rough estimate. I don't know what I'm saying, but imagine having all the possibilities of all the different settings that you have in such a big continent like North America, and just maybe dialing it down to the United States. That's still a lot of, like, if you go to
The variety.
east from west, there's a
Unbelievable.
lot of variety. There's a
There's
lot of
of shit.
beautiful shit to see. Like,
Yeah.
either even if it's man-made or just completely natural.
Yeah, there's
It's
like that like the shipwreck on the west coast, right? Near the college
Right,
town.
right,
Was
right,
it
yeah.
Guaynabo or what is it called? The college town.
In Puerto Rico,
Yeah,
shipwreck
Yeah.
has to be Crash Boat. Is the only one.
Oh
that I can think of.
that one.
Yeah, in Aguadilla.
We went there.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did. Oh,
That
that's
shit
a
is lit.
very funny
Oh,
story.
man. Oh,
Was that part of a road trip also?
That wasn't a road trip, but fucking
Oh my god.
point of the story, in summary, I nearly fucking drowned.
Oh, nah, that's not even true. Nah,
Yes,
no.
100%. 100%.
No. Fucking, he had like.
I was
the
knocking
fucking-
on death's
He had
door.
a mask, a snorkel, the fucking flippers,
yeah.
everything. He had everything he needed, and he decided to cling to a fucking column from a pier and start screaming.
You know what? This isn't
At
about
5
me.
in
This
the
isn't about
morning.
me. All right. But in having this conversation,
At 5 in the morning?
and
Dude, early as shit.
God damn it. God damn it. I'm the moderator. All right. What I wanted to say was, to your point, I think the perfect road trip is about variety in the experience. It can't just all be partying and, clubs, bars, gambling, etc. It has to be a combination of that and the wholesome stuff, just enjoying nature. Enjoying like less of everything else that's constantly going on around you, essentially, is what I'm trying to say.
Like less stimulation.
Exactly. Remove yourself from the lights, drinks, and just have intimate moments with your friends. Why do you have to do that? Why do you? That's what he's thinking right now. But in all seriousness, is that not it? Because the thing, when you're going on a trip with more than 3 people, honestly, even 3 people might be tight already.
That's a
But
lot. I'm already
every-
telling you, 3 is like top end.
You're going to have one person, we're getting drunk every night. You're going to have another person, all right, I mean, I want to go out once or twice throughout this 5-day trip. Everyone has different interests in how and opinions of how they can maximize the trip. So you need a balance of variety to make everyone happy. And when everyone's happy, that in and of itself makes the trip better.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. But so you're combining like the picture where the journey to the destination involves like getting out of like the busier places, maybe going on a camping trip or a camping stop for a night or two, and just like being one with each other and like having that special intimate moment like you described. But then that heavily relies on the people that you're taking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like
100%.
the less stimulants, the more dependency there is on the people that you brought. What?
Yo. You better be on your best behavior, yo.
What?
That's what you have to pep talk your friends. The friends that you're bringing, you have to just set them straight. Like,
I don't want any drama. No.
I don't want to hear a single fucking complaint on this trip.
No talk about work. No talk about your ex-girlfriends. Like, no talk about anything that will take out the vibe, you know?
Exactly.
The vibe out of the trip.
Where do you think the ideal route would be? Like, if you had to plan a trip right now, departing from New York, what do you think is the ideal route? Like, what do you want to hit? How long do you want it to be? Do you want it to be coast to coast? If so, which coast? Like, what do you think are the tenets of a good trip?
I've never done anything cross country, like such a big place like the United States. But what I want to do is I want to do New York to LA. I want to do that. I don't want to keep it strictly to the states in the South, because that's like I've been to a lot of those states, so I want to try to do a longer route, you know, somewhere in the middle. I have no idea how that looks like, to be honest, but it's what I would picture, you know, going to those states that I've never been to, because I've been to like Texas, California, obviously is the last destination, but I've been to Louisiana, I've been to Nevada, so I want to try to do different places.
You know what I think is a really interesting route? I think the northeast, southeast. Like if
That's
if
what
you
I was.
start from
That's
Maine,
what I had in
like around
mind.
to Florida.
Yeah, that's what I had in mind.
Like northeast,
yeah.
southeast, until like Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, until like the Keys even.
Yeah.
That would be an
Yeah.
interesting trip. I think one reason behind that is like you get to hit a lot of different states, a lot of different types of cuisines, and like also like you know, beyond like a lot of different cultures and stuff, you get like the different temperatures as well. Like
True.
if you go at the right time of the year, like you can go from like a decent like a very hot place to like a decently warm place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can have like part of your trips be like, you know, certain types of physical activities like that are, you know, better suited for specific types of weather. And then you can have another side of your trip that's like, you know, super, super warm, and then you can have those like beach days and shit.
Yeah.
So I think
If you do
variety
something
of
like
experience,
if you do something like April to May,
Yeah.
from the north to the, you'll get pretty cold until you get all the way to Florida in
Yeah.
summer. So you'll get like
Yeah,
different sports
100%.
activities in the north, like skiing, snowboarding, whatever.
Yeah, you
And
could-
going down, you transition to hiking, and then at the end you go surfing or wind kiteboarding or whatever.
yeah, that would be like the craziest
Windsurfing.
experience. And you
Yeah.
can do that kind of trip, like the northeast to the southeast. I think you can do that like, if you wanted to in a week.
Oh,
Like
that would be
roughly
that'd be tight.
No, but like straight driving isn't that much. I think it's like what 16 hours, 17 hours.
From north.
No,
like,
it's
super
about
early-
15 just from New York to Georgia.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking New York to Georgia. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Okay, so let's just say it's like I don't know, 24 hours of driving.
24.
you
right.
do maybe 6 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like you can even do less than that. You can like if you're doing it over the course of a week, bro.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
you
that's a
can do
good
this.
fucking. You guys want to go? On
But
this
I
trip?
wouldn't. I don't.
Yo,
I
that
wouldn't
brings
want
down.
to.
Yeah, let's do it next week.
Fucking down.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wouldn't want to drive every day though. I would like to spend maybe a day or two.
We'll take shifts, bro.
Oh, no,
and this is how it starts.
Yeah,
This is how it starts.
I just mean like spending time in a car, like so many
He's
days
not
in a
coming.
row.
No, I'm kidding.
Put it
Yo,
out.
Mike, we got room. All right.
But I actually think, and that's an interesting point, because, for example, in my experience, I did a road trip for 2 weeks in Spain with one of my best friends, and we did like Madrid, Toledo, then back to Madrid, then we went to Cuenca, then we went to Barcelona, then Valencia, and then back to Madrid. So, and we spent a couple of days in each place except like the smaller towns. And I think, first of all, if it's a foreign country, you should definitely spend more than a day anywhere you go. Like those trips where you buy a package for 20 days when you spend literally hours per city, I don't think that's worth it. You're jamming up a lot of things into a very short amount of time, and you're missing shit probably.
He's
So-
talking to you, EF Tours. Remember them high school tours, bro? Like,
I'm going to be
they-
honest.
they-
I have no
they-
idea what you're referring to.
The company that takes school kids on like European trips. Like if you had a chance in high school to go to
but
fucking-
that's what it was called?
Yeah,
EF
yeah.
Tours?
Yeah.
EF Tours.
There you go. So avoid those types of packages.
Yeah.
And just go, if you can, find somebody that's local. 100%. It will make it 1,000 times better.
True.
I guarantee it, because you won't go into those tourist traps. You won't spend your money in places out of trial and error. If you have a local, they can tell you, no, this place is good, this place is bad. Let's hit up this. There's
Yeah,
this
that's a
spot.
staple.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a staple.
Yeah, that's interesting though. Like the idea of taking road trips, like not in like the United States. Like if you want to go to a different country and go to like do a road trip there,
Yeah.
dude, like a fucking road trip in India would be pretty wild.
I know, right? Yeah. So I think
You would see some weird shit, and it's so no because everything is so like,
Elaborate.
different. Well, I mean,
Tell me more.
Yo, cows just be walking on the street, bro.
Oh, I mean, you can see that in the States.
No, I mean, I guess in a way, but I mean, it's really, really prevalent there.
Every
like
street.
Traffic like stops because of like the cows and stuff there. Like there's a combination of that. You would see like the craziest like cities. Like you can have extreme wealth and extreme poverty, like literally intermingling. Like and you've never seen it before. It's crazy.
That's interesting.
But yeah, dude, like you like so if you take a like what countries like if you had to pick a country to try and explore by road, what do you
Europe.
think you would pick and why?
Oh, wait, country. Oh boy.
Or if you want to do like a specific geography in mind, you can like you can say that too. I understand Europe.
I mean, I would love to just do a Euro trip. I did a Euro trip actually, right after graduation.
by road?
driving.
Driving, me and my dad.
Really?
Yeah. Started in Amsterdam, then went to France.
He's like, yeah, I left a lot of myself in Amsterdam, bro. I left a
Same
lot of
thing that I
myself
was
in
thinking.
Amsterdam.
Yeah, digging back into those memories with
going-
the shovel.
Far into the
the
chamber. It's in the corner of the vault. France, Switzerland, Germany, Belgium.
Oh, I remember you telling me the 2-for-1 story.
Yeah, and that's it for today, folks. And that was the best McDonald's meal I have ever had.
Yo.
So make sure to like and subscribe. All right. Tell us in the comments, what road trips have you been on? What went well? What didn't go well? What are the things you have to avoid? What are the things that you need? Need it. All right.
Would you prefer something local or would you go to a foreign country?
That's true.
How much would you spend? Tell us in the comments.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
The best time of the week. See you next week.
Alrighty, thank you guys.